There's some interesting things that are happening in the country right now. So first of all, I know a lot of us like to take our family to Mombasa, and we're using the SGR train. So just so you know, that unlike before, if you're traveling with children over the age of 3, you will pay full fare. And usually it's how much is it? 3,000 for first class, and is it 800 or 1,000 bob?
About 1,000 bob.
Yeah. So it'll be full fare for children above the age of 3. Before, I think it was above the age of 12.
What do you think has necessitated your move?
Well, you know, people forget the first fares were actually introductory, so we're supposed to entice people and everything. And running that railway isn't cheap, and as we've seen according to media reports, it's still not making money. Remember, the Chinese are running it now for about 10 years until they get their money, and then they're out.
Now,
but it's not making profit yet.
What I make profit unless what to me freight services as the main business,
because
railway operations can never ride on passenger ferry, and then on a boat as a country that we have infrastructure. Passenger services ni poa tu ni
the Madaraka Express was a bonus. But what people forget is SGR is actually a freight service.
It's supposed to be freight, but then again, if we don't have like kitu inaitwa synergies between all the relevant government agencies, nazungumzia KRA, KPA, na Kenya Railways Corporation, na all the other clearance firms, unapata container ikikam ikwame depot ya Nairobi for 2-3 weeks for I mean, it makes sense. So now if it's not attractive in terms of the costs from Mombasa to Nairobi and empty containers from Nairobi to Mombasa, then again people watakuwa kitumia tu barabara. Na unajua blanda ya barabara ni lori moja ikianguka tu Mombasa, bro.
That's true.
Crazy.
That's right. So just take note of that. From the 1st of June, so you have about 30 days.
So kama mtu wako ako below 3 years ndio itakuwa sawa.
Half, yes.
But no, above itakuwa half.
Yeah.
But above that atalipa full fare ya mtu mzima.
Yes.
Your design.
Here's another plot twist. So if you've been keeping up with the story on Asa Nyakundi, the lawyer who is accused of murdering his son. So first, you know, a lot of people speculated about the story, the circumstances surrounding that killing, whether it made sense or not. But then he was arrested, but before he could be charged, he went into shock and he was in hospital. He was in hospital, by the way, for 2 months before he was finally presented in court and charged, but he was charged with manslaughter. Immediately that happened, DCI Kinoti says, hold up, wait a minute. That's a lesser charge than they would have wanted. They would have wanted murder 1.
Murder.
So what they did was, he actually conducted, he said he was conducting a further full new investigation. 2 cops were interdicted because they were accused of covering up the story. Then they went to court and the DPP was allowed to withdraw the charges so they can charge him afresh. Today, his wife has filed a case to block the state from charging her husband afresh. Based on? Those are the details we have right now. I don't know what it's based on. Too. Yeah, she's filed a case to block it. I guess.
Where is it ukashtaki mume wangu tena?
Yeah. Or maybe carry on with the charges. Manslaughter.
Crazy.
So, I mean, I just cannot imagine the pain this family is going through for whatever it's worth. Like, this is it. It's a script from a movie. You know, like,
these things do happen.
Yeah, and you know, when they buried him, he was in hospital. When they buried the son. Yeah, so it's some really
recuperate.
Yeah, some really interesting stuff. And also in the courts, man, Diana Chelele's family, as you heard Wycliffe Orandi in the news, they will have to wait a little longer for justice. The AP officer who was charged with killing her has been acquitted for lack of evidence. And poor investigations. So some interesting stuff that's happening in the country right now, especially in the courts, no? Yeah.